We not worry about drama. Bustin' out and tell your mama. Somebody pick up the phone. It feels good to be home. This got me feeling like home now. This got me feeling like home. This got me feeling like home now. This got me feeling like home. So say I'm a visitor now. So why did you feel like I'm home? This got me feeling like home now. This got me feeling like home. This got me feeling like home now. This got me feeling like home. They say I'm a visitor now. So why did you feel like I'm home? Let me take off my shoes right quick. Never been here, but I'm used to it. We on a date with an African.
So it is with that spirit that we invoke the spirit to be with us from this.
And even here, we were leaving these doors when there was no names to that new world. There was no United States of America. There was no Brazil. There was no Jamaica. And yet we were fashioned, yet we were commissioned, yet we were captured, and we were employed to make those new worlds. All the names that we hear of those new worlds, we made those new worlds when it was just called a new world. And that's why we should never lose the confidence that if we have the vision and we have the commitment and the determination, we can make the new world of Africa we want it to be. So we walk through these doors with a great sense of pride that we have returned, with a great sense of respect, and with a great sense of dignity. We ready? Yeah.
Right? It's something that happened to us, but it's not who we are. It's important to understand that African people were the progenitors of civilization. And for thousands of years, prior to coming in contact with the European, or as Mama Marimba would say, the Yorugu, who was a mutated form of the African due to the weather conditions in Europe, prior to us coming in contact with our cousins going wayward, math, science, astronomy, and everything was already created. It was already created, and that we've always been here. So we come here and we go through this, and it's important, but we celebrate our resilience. And I can say that both Rabbi and I, in the Year of Return Committee and through now, are probably two of the people who pushed that. That this was something that happened to us, and it is a celebration because we have come back.
Black Panthers and everything, you know, and we were feeling really good because we were Pan-Africanists, you know, and so we wanted all of our children to really benefit from that, you know, and so some people lived in an apartment building at 1650 Harbor Street. Kwame Ture was in the hallways moving around. Bob Green, they had dossiers on all of us. At 1650 Harbor Street.
That was a sign of sophistication back then. That was a sign of sophistication back then.
Oh, yes, it was.
Nobody else had a dossier.
That's right.
Those red files.
Yes, they had, you know, the FBI, you know, they were swarming all through that building. And there were certain people, there were two ways that we went. We went either the political way, you know, Ralph Featherstone, I know many of you may have heard of him. He was killed in a bomb, you know, because he was doing all kinds of wonderful things for black people. And then the other side was the spiritual, you know, portion. So we decided to go the spiritual, you know, portion. And so, you know, Yao was, and so we wanted all of our children's names to be, you know, African names. And we wore our traditional clothes every day. I mean, I was assistant director for education at UDC, and I wore my clothes every day. We were the vanguard. You know, when you think in terms of it, we went through what, you know, no other generation has ever gone through, you know, because, you know, we wore traditional clothes every day, and at that time, that was not that was not easy. And especially if you were a professional, you know, either a teacher or an administrator or whatever. And so, but we did it. We did it. And we did it with pride, and we did it, you know, with courage, because it took a lot of courage. You know, it really did.
And arms down.
Do you do any stuff with Adinka symbols?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
What is the significance of the Adinka symbols, and specifically the ones that you use the most? I know one of them is your logo, right?
Arms down. No, not my logo. I mean, the most common one is the G9 because it represents God or the omnipotence of God. You know, the Sankofa. Those are your most. I'll send you the thing that has even a breakdown of the symbols. But we incorporate some in our dashiki for the purpose of meaning.
Okay.
So that when you wear it, like what we said, don't just wear a design, wear a culture. So understand what you're wearing, right? Like when you see this is inspired by the drinker symbol.
Got you.
Right? And that symbol has a meaning. This is the one for the fern, representing for fertility. Right? And it's a Delta shirt. Cameroon.
Oh, that's Cameroon?
Mm-hmm. Right, because Cameroon is red, gold, green with the gold star. Mm-hmm.
What's up? My name's Raymond. I've been in Ghana for about 6 months, 5 months. I came here in July. It's currently November. I've enjoyed being here. I've enjoyed every single second. It's been weird going from America to Ghana because the standards, the culture, everything about it is different.
Scared that when my phone rings, that that's another cousin dead. It's time to recognize we in another wave of genocide. Why don't we go somewhere we can have our freaking pride?
If you from DC, then like go-go is like in your DNA. Like it don't matter where you at. It don't matter how you feeling, like, or at least for me, it don't matter where you at, how you feeling, like, you know, you hear some go-go, it's just like automatic, get the crank in. You know, like, yeah, so to feel that over here, like where the shit really come from, like that shit felt amazing. But yeah, go-go means a lot, bro. It's like DC identity, you know? Like if you from DC, if you from DMV, you know, say that with a grain of salt. But if you from here, like you know, if you know, you know. It's that simple. It's that simple. Get out that bubble. Because DC is real. It's real easy to get lost, get caught up in DC and like get stuck there type shit, you know. But yeah, branch out, you know, branch out and see the world is what I say, if you had the means to do that, you know. Cause the US in general is just, you know, it's trash. When you get in the world, you see that the US is trash. You feel that shit. Ooh, I don't know if I should curse, but you feel that there already. But like, especially when you get out and like actually see for yourself, like that's very important. But you know, find something, you know, productive that you can like turn your life into. You know, like for me, it's always been music. Recently, it's been, you know, recording and editing, you know, that type of thing. But just find your path and stay to it, honestly, because that's the best way to live, I think. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm still figuring it out for myself, honestly. But
my name's Frankie, and I wanna know what's like their traditions in Ghana. Like, what do they do for parties? What do they eat? What type of foods do they cook? And I also wanna know, are there any like special places or like places where there are not like safe, or are there any like what's the word I can use?
Unsafe places, dangerous.
Yes, dangerous places in Ghana. And how I feel about Black youth being Ghana, I feel like Black youth, that is great because it is possible for Black youth to go anywhere. And for they to be going to Ghana is it's very good because that just proves that we're all over and we do have the opportunities and capabilities to go wherever we want to, and we have the skills and the knowledge to show our skills and to express them in different countries, different continents, all that. Okay, y'all go.
What I want to learn about Ghana is, was it ever like colonized by another country? And when is their day of independence for them? Like here in the United States, everything is so like a routine, and you do the same thing again and again. And maybe that's the same thing in Ghana, but I feel like they're more free.
I want to know what their governing system is and how their politics are, and like probably school and education, and how I feel about Black youth being there. I feel good about it, I guess, because Africa is a mainly Black continent, so yeah.
The only thing I would really be interested going there for is probably to try on some new clothes or try on some of their new foods. If there's anything I learned, it's probably to be me while trying new things. I feel comfortable knowing that Black youth is there, and if that's all you have, I have no further questions.